Here's a look at your news headlines. Tragedy on the fire lines down under. 3 American firefighters helping with wildfire efforts in Australia have died. Officials in New South Wales say they were on board an aerial water tanker when it crashed. The C-130 Lockheed belonged to Coulson Aviation out of Oregon. The crew members were fighting a bushfire near the town of Cooma. Officials said contact was lost with the plane shortly before 1:30 local time on Thursday. The cause of the crash is not yet clear, but no doubt shines a light on the real-world dangers these first responders face every time they take to the air.
It is a confronting and sobering reminder of the inherent dangers and risks associated with firefighting, and we've seen all too often, unfortunately, this season, the very tragic consequences that can come as a result of these significant bushfires that we've seen burning across New South Wales.
Every time a wildland firefighting tragedy occurs, the international wildland firefighting community is affected and saddened. The National Interagency Fire Center, based out of Boise, issued a statement offering condolences to the families of the air tanker's crew. Adding their thoughts are with Coulson Aviation and all emergency service colleagues in New South Wales and across Australia. So far, the U.S. has deployed more than 200 firefighting personnel to that country, and a NIFC representative says more than 20 of those are Idahoans. While recent rains have been a welcome relief in some areas of the country, Australians are still seeing an active fire front and a massive cleanup in the weeks ahead. NIFC announced Wednesday that in recent days the agency sent 70 additional American firefighters to help with suppression efforts.
Those crews are representing every probably state in the nation, and they have sent firefighters here for us in the past.
It's all part of a 20-year partnership between federal wildfire personnel in the two countries. Just 2 summers ago, Aussie and New Zealand fire teams battled wildfires across the West. The new crews will help fill gaps in air and aviation support, among other roles, and they are expected to return within a month. More personnel will be deployed as needed.
Now, Chief Meteorologist Scott Dorval with the On Your Side forecast.
All right, taking a look at the temperatures here, we still see the mild weather way above average. Still 49 degrees at 5 o'clock. It topped 50 degrees in the Treasure Valley, and it's likely there will be many days to come with temperatures above 50 over the next week or two as we still have this mild air mass overhead, jet stream, and bringing most of the moisture well to the north, while the tail end of the system moving on in with some slightly cooler weather is showing rain. See this rain here in Northern California? This is likely to make its way into the Treasure Valley. This will be for basically early in the morning on Friday, and then it will taper off to lighter rain as we go towards the later morning, and then during the afternoon some of this dry air could come in, and that could give us a little bit of sunshine, could make for an actual pretty decent afternoon. In the mountains, it will be snow above 5,000 feet. So if you're heading to the Winter Carnival tomorrow, roads will likely be just wet until you get right up to Long Valley, where we could have some slush on the roadways. So drive carefully and just remember conditions could change as you go up in elevation, but it may end up being just wet in many of these locations, even though snow could be flying around you. So just be cautious in traveling. A lot of people will be on the roadways through the weekend. This is through Sunday now. Some pretty decent snows where we see that 3 to 6 inch range of snow and a little bit more in those higher elevations, all said and told. Now the forecast here calls for temperatures near 50 the next couple days. With the rain in the morning, we'll bounce the temperature back up in the afternoon after a chilly, wet morning. Pretty decent afternoon. Mostly cloudy, but on Saturday I think we could touch 50 degrees. Could be a little bit of fog around Saturday morning. Then on Sunday, this is where we could have a soaking rain that could last much of the day, and that will keep the temperature down to 45, which is still way above average, as is that 39 in the morning. And then next week it just stays mild with temperatures approaching 50 degrees. I'll have another update coming up right here later this evening.